Space nerds, fuel is going away. That's right. I have some information here from the 9.8 Evocati, reported to us by Fabulous Limit 909 on Reddit, reported to us by the Chinese community on some kind of spreadsheet builder, and it's going through how fuel is changing in 4.9. Now, this is new. Okay, this is new, it's fresh, and it's not final. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to shift throughout PTU and even beyond, but I think it's also important to say that this is going back to normal. We're not supposed to have a lot of fuel in this game. Let me show you before we get super deep into it. Check this post out from 6 years ago. This is 2020, October 14th. And it reads, Anvil Arrow trying to reach Crusader. It's impossible. Hello, I just traveled half the Stanton system with my Anvil Arrow, arriving at Crew L1, the closest point to Crusader. I refuel, but somehow I can manage to finish the 2 out of 10 of the distance I did with the full fuel tank. What the heck is the logic behind that when I already travel half the system but can't finish the 2 out of 10 missing route? So I'm not gonna lie, I can't even tell what his problem fully is, but this is one of the only examples I could find quickly of how much fuel was actually a problem originally. I also couldn't find videos, but there was at one point, I believe, they were discussing the idea that you would probably have to stop at multiple space stations flying across a system like Stanton. I mean, if you look at the size of the Stanton system, it is, I mean, it's 4.85 AU in radius, in lore. In game, I do not even know. Let's see. Yeah, about 0.3 to 0.5 AU. So back in the day, it used to take us anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the ship you were in, to jump between Crusader and Hurston. And at that same time, they were also talking about how we would need multiple space stations inside of a system in order to refuel, because you would have to stop at multiple stations. This is because they want people to live in the game. Like, they want people to stop at space stations, meet other folks, buy some stuff, spend time at the station. They want people to run out of fuel and call for refueling from other people so that those people have a job. So when we go back to the quantum fuel changes, you can see that something like the Origin 890 jump is going from actually 14.6 SCU of fuel to 31 SCU of fuel. Good for you, Origin. I guess you're going to go on a cruise, you need a lot of fuel. But a lot of these others you could see are negative changes. The Javelin's gone down 50. Carrick's gone down 4. Idris gone down 92. The Polaris gone down 8.5. Freelancer's gone up 1.4. Corsair's 0.6 up. The Shiv here is exactly 1 up just about. I say exactly just about, but you get what I mean. There's a lot of changes, and a lot of them are negative, very negative. Look at the freaking Paladin here. It went from 3.8 SCU of fuel to 0.8 for some reason. That's a weird one. But you can, go through all of this if you'd like. I'll leave the link down below for you. And get an idea of how ships are supposed to be fitting in. This is why, again, it's not a good idea to buy ships based exactly on their stats, because the stats are going to change, things are going to get balanced. And this is just in general, it's all going to shift. There was a post actually made a couple years ago showing that all of this did change from 3.23 to 4.0. Partially because I think Pyro was such a big system and they wanted to give us better fuel for it, but also because they were just trying to make the game more playable, easier to play. This is in line with item recovery. We're not always going to get our stuff back. We're going to lose it at times. This falls in line with, I don't know, sleeping in a freaking bed and getting a buff. Like, the game doesn't work how it's supposed to work. So when they put stuff in the game, they'll balance and tweak stuff to make it easier maybe for people now, but eventually it's going to go back. And that's where we are right now. I think the Starlite was the closest sign that this was about to happen. In my opinion, the Starlite being released, the refueling beacons coming out with that, the idea that NPCs can refuel you, all of this is being done to get people prepared for the reality that fuel is not going to be that common. Not to say that you won't be able to fly anywhere. It's easy enough to press a button and get fueled by an NPC in a couple seconds. But they are gearing the game up for the shift. This is just another part of it. I'm sure we'll see more things revolving around refueling and the different aspects of it sometime in the next few months, but time to get used to this idea that fuel is going to be changing, fuel is going to be a little bit different. It's got to be a profession. Medical, fuel, mining, crafting, all these things are going to have deep gameplay and enough drawbacks that there's going to be folks that have to do it to help the community move forward. And in that same idea, there's got to be enough of these things that people don't like so that other folks have the job to do for them, right? If all of us had no problem with refueling and loved the idea of refueling, nobody in a ship could go around and refuel other players. So it's partially trying to develop the game and move forward. It's partially trying to develop the community and the meta and the way that the game works. And I'm interested in seeing how it goes with 4.9, even more so with 4.10, because I do think that this is probably going to be followed up by some other changes and some more focus on refueling and maybe refining. Either way, another quick news drop before you, another little bit of stuff that's happening this week. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. See you all in the next one.